بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Now let's move to the another trouble ticket. Now in this case, I'm going to go with the same DHCP troubleshooting, where this time I'm going to use that the VLAN users, the VLAN 20, they are not getting the IP from the DHCP server. Now, as you can see, the DHCP server is on a remote subnet, which means we need to make sure that this SVI interface is configured with an IP helper address command to reach out the DHCP server. So most of the time, again, here we need to start with the misconfigurations and make sure that we do not have any kind of misconfigurations on the DHCP server. So to start with them, we'll go to the router and we'll quickly confirm if there is any misconfigurations with the DHCP. So we use a command called show run section DHCP, and as per this, we will be ensuring that the exclude address is the gateway. That's okay. And this is the subnet what we are going to use for this. And as per my network, as you can see, if I say I'm using a subnet of 192.168.2.subnet, but you can see there is a typing error. It is not 2.subnet. And that's the reason if you go back to the clients, and on the client side, if I say IP address, you can see they're not getting the IP. If I select the DHCP, so they are not getting the IP from the DHCP server because there are some configuration issues. And now again, here we will be assuming that the VLANs and everything are correct. So we're not getting into the layer 1 connectivity or the layer 2 connectivity. And we are going to assume these interfaces are up and running, as well as this interface is also running in the VLAN 10. And these two interfaces are in the VLAN 20. And if you have one more switch in between, then also you need to check the trunking, allowed VLAN. So all the options of trunking or STP, you have to verify. So again, those things you will see in the layer 2 section, where we'll be doing some layer 2 troubleshooting. So you need to add those things also if you are trying to troubleshoot with VLANs and the trunking, because in order to reach out from the client to the DHCP server, there is a possibility that you need to cross the VLANs, you need to cross the trunk links, or even there might be some STP issues as well. You need to check those things. So in our case, most likely, as you can see, there is a misconfiguration on the router. That's what we have figured out. So I'm going to quickly fix that one. And while you're doing that, I'm going to copy paste this configuration. And we'll try to remove that. And we'll say 192.168.2.subnet. And we'll configure these things. Okay. Now, once I do this configuration, so immediately I'm going to the client side and I'm going to quickly do the verification part. Because most likely that might be the only case or the only issue what you might face. As you can see, immediately I'm getting this. I'm going to get this IP here, as well as if you go and check on the other side, on the next PC, let's go to the second PC as well. We'll go ahead and verify the IP configurations. Let's verify the IP. Now, in my case, as you can see, 192.168.2.2, these are the IPs which are being assigned. So if we say show IP DHCP bindings, you can see the 2.1 and 2.2 are the IPs which have been assigned. And as you can see, the issue was with the misconfiguration. So if you have any other related issues, I'll quickly show you where you have to check. Now, one more thing you need to check is the router do not forward the broadcast. Now, router do not forward the broadcast in case if you have this on the VLAN 20. So not on the router, we need to go back to the switch, that is your gateway. Now here, I'm going to verify that my SVI 20 interface, the VLAN 20 interface, there must be an IP helper address correctly configured. So if you have misconfigured the DHCP server address, or if you have misconfigured this on a wrong interface, or if this command is itself missing, then in that case, the relay agent is not going to work. Now, other things like you need to check the pool of the IP address. Again, you can verify that by using show IP DHCP bindings. Duplicate addresses, show IP DHCP conflict command will be useful for you. And in case if one of these SVI interfaces are not having an IP here, As you can see, I have just configured one issue, and that's something we verified. If these interfaces are not working, if any one of this SVI interface or the gateway, if it is not working, in that case, also it's not going to work. Now the trouble ticket, second one, we just got only one issue. Again, that too with the misconfiguration here. And we fixed that one by doing the configuration. Now, likewise, these are the possible issues. We need to check if the clients are not getting the IP. And in case if the clients are getting the IP, but they are not able to reach, then most likely the duplication of the IPs. You need to check. That is something part of the IP address troubleshooting as well.